Dear students, here Professor Anil G. Darekar. In this session, we will discuss determination of nitrogen. As in last session, we have seen determination of percent carbon and hydrogen. Now, how to determine percent nitrogen? First, we will see the principle. So, nitrogen, that is what present in the coal sample. Now, that nitrogen first convert into ammonium sulfate. How? By reaction with hot conc H2SO4, and then it convert into ammonia. How? By treatment with alkali NaOH. So here determination of nitrogen reaction take place in two steps. First step, nitrogen in coal convert into ammonium sulfate, and in second step, produced ammonium sulfate convert into ammonia. For first step, we required hot conc H2SO4. For second step, we required NaOH. Okay, now we will see the method of determination. Now, diagrammatic presentation in front of you. So in method, first one, that is what? The digestion. That digestion means what? Nitrogen in the sample, that is what? Coal sample, we are mixing with sulfuric acid in presence of catalyst. Catalyst, we use K2SO4, and role of catalyst is to alter the rate of reaction, to speed up the reaction. So three components we are mixing. If you see the first diagram, that is what? The digestion, coal sample plus sulfuric acid plus catalyst. These three components mix together and take in Jhaldal flask. What is the name? What is the name of the flask? Jhaldal flask. What is the speciality? It is a long neck flask. Now, why neck of that flask is long? Why neck of that flask is long? Because during a reaction between the coal and sulfuric acid, right, there is a possibility of a production of some gases, right? So that gases should not escape from the flask. That's why that neck is long. No one will ask you why neck is long for K-Jhaldal flask, right? You just keep in mind that it is a long neck flask. So in that, we are taking mixture of sample, that is a coal, sulfuric acid and catalyst. Heat that mixture, because once you mix these three components together, you will get a turbid solution. Which solution you will get? You will get a turbid solution, and then start heating that turbid solution. After some time, you will observe that turbid solution completely changes to transparent solution. So formation of a clear and transparent solution indicate reaction is completed, indicate nitrogen in coal sample completely converted into ammonium sulfate. Now take that ammonium sulfate in rounded bottom flask. So you can see second diagram, that is what? The neutralization and distillation. Now we will see why it is called as a neutralization and distillation. Dear students, in first step we got a ammonium sulfate. Ammonium sulfate nature is acidic, so in that we are adding a strong alkali, that is what? NaOH. So simply this is an acid base reaction, so it is called as what? Neutralization. So ammonium sulfate react with NaOH. We have to heat this mixture. If you start heating this mixture, production of ammonia start. Now produced ammonia is in a gaseous state, so we want to convert gaseous ammonia into liquid ammonia. So dear students, what is meant by distillation? So distillation is the process in which we convert liquid into gas, and that produced gas, that is what? Ammonia gas, we are passing through the condenser. If you observe the condenser in diagram, right, you will find that there is an inlet of H2O and outlet of H2O. That is what? The cold water circulation. So that cold water circulation responsible to convert ammonia gas into liquid ammonia. Now that liquid ammonia we are going to pass through known volume of acid. Where we are passing that liquid ammonia, we are passing that liquid ammonia through known volume of acid. Known volume of acid means we know how much ml of acid we are taking. Okay, so once liquid ammonia enter in the acid, ammonia consume acid, means ammonia start reacting with acid. Okay, so when we will come to know that complete ammonia absorbed in acid, the time when production of bubbles stop, that indicate ammonia completely react with acid, right? And here production of ammonia stop. So after stopping the bubbles, that's what getting produced at the time of reaction between ammonia and acid, you take out that conical flask, right, and keep it below one burette. What we are going to take in burette? We are going to take NaOH in the burette and we are keeping conical below burette. Now what present in conical? In conical, unused acid present. Unused acid means what? Some part of acid left behind after a reaction between the acid and ammonia. So ammonia consumes some part of acid and some part of acid left behind. Left behind, that is what? Unused acid. But how to find unused acid? For that purpose, we are going to carry out third step, that is what? The titration. In titration, we take NaOH in the burette and acid in the conical. Now, if you take litmus paper, blue litmus paper, and if you dip in unused acid, that blue litmus paper turns red, changes to red. It indicates acid is there. So drop by drop, you have to add NaOH into the conical, right? And you have to shake the solution. And time to time, you have to check out that acid is neutralized or not by using a litmus paper. So every time add 2 to 3 drops, right? Deep blue litmus paper. If it changes to red again, then again add NaOH. Continue same process. After some time, you will find that blue litmus paper not changes to red, blue remains blue. It indicates acid completely neutralized due to addition of NaOH. Stop the titration and see the burette reading. From burette reading, you will get the amount of NaOH that added in the conical. Now the amount of NaOH added, right? Amount of NaOH added from the burette into the conical. So ml of NaOH added, which is equal to ml of unused acid. ml of NaOH added, which is equal to ml of unused acid. Means simply from burette reading, you will get ml of unused acid left behind. Now, as far as reaction is concerned, reaction is simple. As we have seen in the process itself, coal contain nitrogen. It convert into ammonium sulfate by using a H2SO4. It is a hot and conk. Then ammonium sulfate convert into ammonia in presence of NaOH. So NaOH react with ammonium sulfate and it produce ammonia. Now produced ammonia, we have to pass through the acid, as just we have seen in diagram that ammonia react with acid, some part of acid consumed and some part of acid left behind, that is what? Unused acid. So here we are simply dealing with the volume. So from the volume of acid left behind, that is what? The volume of unused acid. From that volume we able to find percent nitrogen. So percent nitrogen is determined or estimated volumetrically. Why volumetrically? Because by taking help of a volume of acid left behind after a reaction, from that volume we find the percentage of nitrogen. That's why estimated volumetrically. Now as far as calculation and formula part is concerned, dear students, first, that is what? The mass of coal sample. As we know, for carrying out experiment, we have to take known weight coal sample. So known weight coal sample, that is what? The m-gram. Then volume of acid consumed by ammonia, which is equal to V2 minus V1. So how much acid consumed by ammonia, that we required for calculation. So amount of acid consumed, which is equal to V2 minus V1. V2 means initial volume of acid before to start experiment, before passing ammonia, and V2, that is what? The volume of acid left behind after passing ammonia, or you can say after completion of experiment. So V2 value will be the large and V1 value will be the small. So here calculated, what we calculate? The acid consumed and how much acid left behind, that we can calculate after the titration between NaOH and unused acid. As I said already, that burette reading means what? Amount of NaOH added, for neutralization. We add NaOH for neutralization. Neutralization of what? Neutralization of unused acid that left behind after reaction with ammonia. Now formula percent nitrogen, which is equal to volume of acid consumed, that is what? V2 minus V1, multiply by normality of acid and base same, so you can take normality of either acid or base because both having same normality, multiply by 1.4. How 1.4 came? 1.4 is came, you can see below formula. 14 is the molecular weight of nitrogen. We have to find percentage, so multiply by 100, divide by 1000. Why 1000? Because we find percent nitrogen volumetrically, so we consider volume 1 liter. So divide by 1000. So that calculation, right, will give a result 1.4. So instead of placing 14 multiply by 100 divided by 1000, I place directly its answer, that is what? 1.4. Okay. So volume of acid consumed V2 minus V1. Normality N multiply by 1.4 divided by weight of coal sample means M. Weight of coal sample means M. Okay, so in this way you can find percentage of nitrogen. Now dear students, we will see determination of sulfur, determination of percent sulfur. Okay, this determination of percent sulfur we will see in the next video. Thank you for watching.